Well, hello there. This is Dr. Davis, your cyber tech queen, coming back to you. We are going to have fun with flowers. So this is Learn Python for Beginners. Let's get started. I am using the Project Lead the Way application platform, so I don't own the rights to this, but I can use it. I'm actually certified to use this. So we are in lesson 1.1, activity 1.1.3, fun with flowers. Here we have it. The goal of this lesson is to draw a flower using for loops and range values, and we're going to use the circle method to create a unique flower. So number one, I'm moving forward pretty fast. In the code editor below, we're going to make a single turtle object move forward 20 pixels and turn right. So we're going to delete that, and we're going to make it move forward 20 pixels. To do that, you have to type painter.forward. You have to always do an open and close parentheses and put your 20, and then painter.right, and then you run your program. And there you have it. I am going to increase this number for the forward so that you can see it better. There you have it. Now, I'm going to put another set of code, add an additional forward 20, and then painter.right 20. And it's running again. And there you have it. It starts turning. Okay, step 2 wants us to perform the same steps, but they want us to do it 6 times. They want us to move the turtle 6 times. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to increase my pen size. That's painter.pen size, and I want it to be a 3. And then they want us to make him move, actually maneuver it 66 times. Not 60, but 6. So it's painter.forward. Put 30. My screen does jump around. Put 30 here. And then painter.right 20. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste this because that's 3 sets. It needs 6 sets. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My apology. Now we're just going to run it. It's good that I have an error, and what it's telling you is that you misspelled the word forward. You have to spell the words correctly so that you don't get an error. As you can see here, it says on line 11, painter.forward. Forward, you have to spell it, it's forward with the R. And then we run it, and it has drawn the arc 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, that's 5 times. Let me do one more and run it. There you have it. Next, it wants us to repeat your forward and right methods to make a complete circle. To make a complete circle, a circle is 360 degrees. So that means we need to do an iteration. In other words, an iteration is a repetition of code. So yes, you would first type in your painter.forward. I type 20. No, I said 30, right? 30. Painter.right 20. And they want this to be a circle, so we need to do this. So step 3 says repeat your forward and right methods to make a circle. So even if you're not in this class and you have a code editor, Code Academy, Trinket.io, Visual Studio. You can do your coding in there, the same thing. You would just have to import the Turtle module to do this. So it wants us to do this to make a circle, which means that this would have to be presented or typed out 18 sets. 6, 7. And this is called iteration. And I believe that's 18 times. I'll count. And then let's run it. And there you have it. It makes a complete circle. If I want the circle line to be thicker, all I need to do is up here I can type painter dot pen size and make this a 4, and it would make the line thicker. Now we're getting ready to use for loops to make a circle. So we can use a for loop with a range of numbers to execute a block of statements multiple times. So just as I just executed 18 lines of code, we can use a for loop line of code instead of iterating the 18 lines of code. Again, iteration is a repetition of lines. So for each number in a range of numbers, such as all numbers from 1 through 10, the body for the loop will execute. So here is our line of code. We're going to be using the range, the start, stop, and step. So here, number 4, we're going to be doing a range of numbers. We're going to use the stop parameter to generate a range of numbers from 0 to 10. So in order to do that, we have to line 6, 1 underscore through 10 equals a range of 11. So if we wanted to see 1 through 10, we would get a range of 11 because we would start at the number 0. You're going to see that code. Then using the start and stop parameters to generate a range of numbers from 1 to 15. So the code for that is 1 underscore through 15. We're going to get a range from 1 to 16. Okay, from 1 to 16. And we're going to print the list 1 through 15. And then here, so these are comments. Anything with an asterisk in front of it are comments. You will not see this in the code. This is saying use the start, stop, and step parameters to generate a range of 5 even numbers starting at 2. So we will go 2, and we need 5 even numbers. So if we print this, this is the result. For lines 6 through 7, you printed a range of numbers 1 through 10, and you have 11. The range is 11 because it started at 0. For lines 11 through 12, you printed the range 1 through 15, and you started with 1 and you go to 15. 1 through 16, you start at 1 and you go through 15. It doesn't print out to 16. And then for lines 16 through 17, we're going to be using the start, stop, and step parameters with a range of 5 even numbers. So 5 even numbers starting at 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, and then it goes on all the way to 21. So you have 5 even numbers starting with 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Those are your 5 even numbers. But they want you to go all the way to 21. And it's 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. There you have that. So I'm going to test some code, and I'm going to say, I'm going to copy and paste this and see if it does this right. This time I want to print I'm going to do a range of 5 odd numbers. Let's see if this will work. Starting at 3. Let's make this, let's make this 15. And let's say odd. And we're going to start it at 3. We're going to end it at 3. And we want it to only go up to 18. So it says print. The list is going to be, we have to spell this out, I believe. F-I-F-T-E-E-N. And spell this one out. Let's see if it works. And then we're going to say this to be odd. Let's see what happens. So we should get 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah. Let's see if it works. And it did. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Because you go up to 18, so you don't print 18. So that is the code using the range, start, stop, and step. Now this says examine the following program and predict what it will be. So we have some for loops, for line in range 3, painter forward 1. So it wants us to print 3 lines and move those lines forward and turn it right 120. So this is, it's basically going to print, let me take this away. Well, let me just put it back because it's supposed to print a triangle, but I did extra work. I played with it. So I did a upside down triangle, and I did 2 of them. And to do 2 of them, I had to pick up my pen and move it to a different location on the canvas. You know, the canvas is operated with the X and the Y axis. So that's what number 4 looks like. I hope this is helping. And now here's we're going to use a for loop to draw a. So to use a for loop to draw a square, we're still using the import turtle method. And we're going to use the count equals 0. Okay, and you have to type in while space count is less than 4. We're going to paint it forward and turn it right. So it will generate a square. And I did some extra work playing with it. I did an 8. I picked the pen up and I did another 4 and another 8. So let's draw it out. And this is how the code looks if you would like to take a picture of it. This is how the code looks from lines 1 all the way down to the end. Okay, this is the actual code right here that they only wanted, and that would have just drawn 1 square. Okay, my point is that if I was to take all of this away, so that you could see what I'm talking about, and if I was to print it again, it only prints a square. But I always do extra work, run it again. I like playing with it. So there you have it. This is Dr. Davis having fun with flowers. We're in Project Lead the Way, Activity 1.1.3, Lesson 1. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. I hope this has helped many of you. Again, you can do this outside of Project Lead the Way. And this is Python coding for beginners.